I think the president has made it astoundingly clear that the reason for these tariffs, and I just talked a lot about this on Fox News, is the illegal surge of deadly drugs and of human beings that we have seen trafficked over the southern border and the northern border, hence the tariffs on Canada. And so the president is making it very clear to both Canada and Mexico that the United States is no longer going to be a dumping ground for illegal deadly drugs and illegal human beings.
All countries need to work together. Canada and Mexico, this is how.
The United States is no longer going to be a dumping ground for illegal deadly drugs and illegal human beings. And you saw President Sheinbaum already conceding in putting 10,000 troops, permanent troops, I would add, not temporary, Mexican
Good.
soldiers on the southern border to deter some of that illegal
Good.
migration. So the president will continue to have these negotiations. I won't get ahead of him. He's
Confirm that Elon Musk is a special government employee.
Yes.
What kind of security clearance does he have?
I can confirm he's a special government employee. I can also confirm that he has abided by all applicable federal laws. As for his security clearance, I'm not sure, but I can check back with you.
Did he pass a background check? Do you know?
I don't know about the security clearance, but I can check.
And do you know about anyone who's on his team that was at USAID this weekend or at Treasury Department, whether they also have security clearance?
I don't know, but I can check on that for you. Sure.
Carolyn, the president's a keen watcher of the financial markets. How much did Wall Street's fall this morning have an impact on his decision in regards to the Mexico tariff decision?
It had no decision. What impacted the delay on the tariffs was the president of Mexico committing to putting 10,000 permanent soldiers on the U.S.-Mexican border. The president cares about American lives, and as I just said on television, there's a lot of talk about the markets. There's a lot of talk about the cost of goods. This administration is wholeheartedly committed to bringing down the cost of living in this country. You see that through deregulation, through the energy actions this president has taken, and also through his commitment to cutting taxes. But when it comes to the cost of an American life, I think for those of us who have children, there's not enough money in the world to bring back the lives that have been lost because of the illegal drug and border crisis. And the president is committed to ensuring that Canada and Mexico and China understand that the United States is not going to be a dumping ground for illegal fentanyl that is killing young people in this country. It's the leading cause of death amongst those aged 18 to 34. And that's the president's number one priority, is protecting American lives.
Canada, the United States, and Mexico have to work together to secure these borders, do everything to get all of the criminals put away in a jail cell, and then we're able to work on getting our prices down, wages up, and help the American people. This is going to take time. This is not an overnight thing. There's some people that believe that a lot of the actions that Trump is taking is damaging this country. It's going to hurt the American people. Well, it's not easy to get to where we want to be. There's going to be bumps along the way, but in order to get there, we're going to have to go through some hard times a little bit to get there. It's better be known up front by Trump telling us exactly what's going to happen, rather than the last administration that didn't say anything to the American people and lying to us directly about so many important things that were actually happening in the country, outside the country, that had effects for this country. I mean, I'm glad we have Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, because she's being blunt and straightforward with everybody.
Caroline, what do you say to Americans who understand the president's negotiating strategy and understand the goals that he's trying to achieve with tariffs, but are worried they're going to get caught in the middle of this and feel the pain, potentially in the short term or even long term?
Well, they won't get caught in the middle if they just comply with what the United States is asking for, which are very simple measures to work with us when it comes to border security, to cooperate with the repatriation of their nation's citizens. You saw President Trump effectively utilize tariffs when he was negotiating with Colombia last weekend as well. Ultimately, they conceded and agreed to the deportation flights that many of them have landed in the last week.
Caroline,
Karen.
Do you know if Mr. Musk took the same oath that you and other senior advisors to the president took about adhering to the Constitution, following the law? Do you know if he took that oath?
I don't know the answer to that question, but like I told Caitlin, I can get back to you guys on that.
And do you know what expertise he has in the areas of global health or humanitarian aid to be able to assess what's happening at USAID?
Well, first of all, Elon Musk is a once-in-a-generation business leader. He is an entrepreneur. He serves as a great ally and a friend to the president. And I think Elon Musk also has a little bit of common sense. And I think the American people really appreciate that when
Hell
it
yeah.
comes to the federal government, because it seems like all common sense has been lost in this city. And that's what you see when you look at USAID. I know Secretary Rubio made some comments about how he will be acting as the director over that agency. And here's the reason why Elon Musk and others have been taking a look. Because if you look at the waste and abuse that has run through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government.
I completely agree with the negotiating terms with Canada and Mexico, because using tariffs as a way to say, hey, we need to bound together and start securing our borders. Everybody needs to contribute. Mexico made it a smart move to say, hey, you know what? All right, I'm going to be sending 10,000 troops to the border permanently, from press secretary that just said. So, that's good. We need more security at our border. Canada should be doing the same thing. 10,000 troops, 5,000 troops, something. It's not as bad. We don't hear as much coming from the north border, but we should still have a partnership of protecting our borders with our neighboring countries. It's not a bad thing. I really agree with this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and I would appreciate it. Peace out, guys.